Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make 100,000 coins incredibly quickly in FC25. So if you're new around here and you want an extra million, you just got to do it 10 times. And if you just need an extra 100k, well, you're in the right place. And all you've got to do to say thank you is drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new. If you need some more help making coins, then of course join the Discord. And if you want to buy some, well, do you want the best team in FC25? Yeah, baby. Do you want to be playing with the best players in the game like this and not be stuck with teams like this? Okay. Then you need to head over to skycoach.gg, select the amount of coins or the type of weekend league boost you need, and enter code PRORECOIL for 10% off of your order. So first of all, if you are new to trading or investing or anything like that, we will run through the basics first. And the basics right now, easiest things for you to make a little bit of coins off is going to be managers. So to run you through the nations that are usable, you've got Brazil, you've got Portugal, you've got Netherlands, you've got France, all varying difficulties. Argentina, not so much anymore, as you can see, a lot cheaper on some of those. If we go for the England side of things, once again, not hugely expensive, but we do have a decent price on them, as you can see. But essentially all of those nations very easy. And actually maybe I forgot to throw England in there as well. Now what's good about these managers is you can do kind of all types of trading with them: investing, bidding, you can do lazy listing, and we can even do sniping and compare price sniping. So you have a ton of options. Obviously, as you can see here, we go at 1.6. we can click X and B, so basically you're refreshing the market by clicking X and B, because you're going on to another page, you're coming back out, it refreshes the market. Now, if those managers are gone, it doesn't count as a refresh. So if someone's bought them while we're doing that, it won't count and it won't refresh the page for you. But it's a very easy way to refresh the market, see if there's any more snipes. And because you're already there on the card, you do have like a split second better chance than someone on a regular snipe. But just like with all things in trading on FC25, it's a preference thing. It's not a huge difference, and you can still make coins on every single method. Now, if you don't have much luck on the sniping side of things, of course, you do need to make sure that you are sniping at the right price. We can see here that realistically, we're going to be selling these guys probably at 1.8, if I'm being honest, because there's not that many pages. We can get away with a 1.8 on these. You can see there is literally only 3 or 4 pages there. So we could sell these at 1.8. We'd want to pick up at 1.6 or below to guarantee that we're making enough profit to sell them on at 1.8 and still be happy with that profit. Of course, on that, the EA tax is going to be 90 coins, so we make 110 coins a card. Now, if, as you can see here, we're not getting any snipes, that's okay. Obviously, we only identified that 1.6 was acceptable a minute or so in. We can go on here and we can bid on a few of these. Now, I shouldn't have bidded on that Sean Dyche, I'll be completely honest. That was an overbid. You want to bid a maximum of 1.6 on these. We can go 1.5, obviously, is the ideal. If you see one way under, you can bid that up to maybe 1.3, and you can bid on as many pages of these as you like. You can see a few of these have that 1.7 buy now. Now, you don't want to bid on things that are over the day mark, because prices can change overnight. You don't want to be stuck in something that you can't get out of overnight there, but it's a very easy way to pick up cards. Now, that one there is probably a snipe, and we might have missed it. Okay, we got there G O'Neill. I'm not actually sure what his full name is. I'm assuming it's Gary or Gareth. We're going to pop him up for 1.9 because he's a rare card, as opposed to the commons that you're seeing quite a lot there. So that should be a nice little profit. Then we can obviously go to the Netherlands side of things. We can have a look at these managers, seemingly a little bit cheaper there. Might be easier to do some bidding on. We can also go to the Brazil side of things. These guys have shot down actually a decent bit. So this might be one, because they've had a reduction in value. A lot of people might have lost coins on these. They're going to be selling them off quicker, which means you could do some bidding, you can do some buy nowing, and you should be able to get a better price. You can see there's an awful lot of 1.8 now, a good few pages, but nothing at 1.7. So I'd say you've got a good chance at picking these up at 1.6, 1.7 on a snipe, trying to get these sold at 1.9 or 2k. They were all sort of 45th minute, and for those of you who are new to sniping, 45th minute essentially means that they're getting picked up before they get any lower, which means the price should be a little bit higher. Now, looking at the Trailblazers, of course, the current promo, easiest place to look if we want to make some profit on the lower end. On the lowest of these, we've got Alex Bainer, we've got Sard, we've got, it seems like just the 2 of them. Obviously, we've got the goalkeeper there as well. Now, all of these are pretty cheap cards. None of them are going for an awful lot. And actually, if we go down to around the 12k mark, you'll see a few of these guys. Garcia is probably a snipe, if I'm being honest. Let's just have a look. I think she is, only because she didn't come up initially when we looked through there. Let's just have a look, see if there's many more of her on here. CDM there isn't, so that's decent. We've got a snipe off the bat, so she is going for probably not too much more, probably 13k. If we go down to 12.5, There's a couple cards here. Realistically, we can sell her for 13,000 coins. So picking up, what did we get her? 11,750? Was that how much she got picked up for? Yeah, so 11,750. We're going to sell her for 13. EA tax on that is going to be 650, which means we make a total profit of 500 coins. So that's actually quite good, picking her up there. Now, of course, she's not the cheapest of the bunch. She's just come up there, luckily, at the time we've gone on the market. Let's have a look at 12k again for those Trailblazers to see who does come up. You've just got Joan Garcia. I was going to say Juan, but I don't think it's quite spelled Juan. Joan Garcia there. We've got Sard. We've also got the likes of Alex Boehner. Now, you can see these guys are pickable on bid. So that's probably the easiest way to get a good snipe on these or a good price on these. So if we go to 11,000 coins, we can see anything under. So 10,250 there. I mean, someone's why they've bidded above his price, I don't know. We're going to bid 10,500 on a load of I don't know who is just what people just bidding on what I'm bidding on. Is that what's going on here? Right, we'll go back in. So 10,750 there, 10,750 there, I'd probably go 10,750 on that one too. We're going to aim to sell all of these at about 12,000 coins. You can bid on as many as you want. Obviously, the minimum on the market for the Boehners, I mean, if we have a look here, 11,500. Oh, we got another one of Garcia. We'll absolutely take that. More profit to be had off of that card. Once again, listing that up at 13,000 coins. But as we were saying, we're looking at around 12k for all of these guys. So that's kind of the mark that we'll be looking at selling them for, which means price wise, I mean, we can pick them up for as much as 10,750, 11k even, wouldn't be bad. You don't really want to pay too much more because the chances are at some point these cards go down in value. You don't want to be stuck in a load of them while that's happening. So we'll bid on a few of those. Hopefully by the end of the video we've won some of them. Now this is a filter that I discovered myself recently that I've seen a few people nab since, but you know, I get it. I'm a cook, you got to copy me, it's fair. We're looking at Rice and Saka. The reason I mention it is because it's a really good next step in terms of your coin values, because it's that kind of 16k mark. They're both out of promos at the minute, so you can actually pick these up really nicely. Looking at the 16k mark, you've got a fair few, which means I'd say probably 16.5 to 17k for the sell on. If we say 16.5, EA tax is around 800 coins. So if you go for 15.5, 15,250, that kind of mark, you're in a good place. Now, bidding is not going to be as prominent here. They are both fodder cards. It is a really easy place to pick up fodder with these two. So it's not going to be that you're going to get a lot in that method. It is going to be a case of sniping, compare pricing, and not messing up snipes like that. That was slow as hell. And did we get the second one? We did not. Did we get the third one? No. Sometimes when you do that X and B sort of compare price, it actually doesn't reload the screen. It just shows you the last card that you missed. So you got to be careful with that. Also, I may have just missed 3 cards in a row. Either or. Both minor L's. Not too happy in either scenario. Now, a good filter to be going for at the moment is La Liga. If we go over to their defenders, of course, for the French, if we have a look at gold rares, minimum of 10 to 50. Let's have a look. Not minimum of 100k. We know who's going to come up. You've got the likes of course, Mendy and Koundé. Now, neither of them have a Playstyle Plus, so in order to get these two on a filter, we need to do it with the pricing rather than with Playstyle Plus, which can usually narrow things down. But at a minimum of 10 to 50, you've just got the two of them. Now, they've perfectly aligned in price recently. Of course, Mendy with a beautiful Evo, somehow dropped in price. I mean, the Evo makes him near the level of Hernandez. Definitely not the level of Hernandez. Having used him for a little bit, he is an absolute cheat code. I don't know how they've allowed it to happen, but we've got these two very close in price, which means it's a nice little filter right now. So we're looking at around 77k. So we have a look here. There's a few Koundés on the market. Koundé's unbelievable as well, by the way. Packed in very early doors. Obviously, I love Walker, but this guy plays very well in the right back and of course the centre back position. Now we've got that one there for 73,000 coins. I haven't worked out tax yet, so we might lose coins. Let's work it out. So we're selling on for 78,000 coins. That's going to be our aim. EA tax at 78 will be, we're going to use the calculator for this one because I'm feeling a bit tired. We're going to make about 600 coins on this one. So not loads. We're going to try and sell him for 78.5 to make a little bit more. We basically walk away with a K. He does have an anchor on him, so we do have the chance of doing that. We realistically, so we want to probably get cards at 73 and below. 72,500 would be a perfect mark. 73 wouldn't be bad. So 73 and below for this one. Of course, Mendy and Koundé can come up. They're both, I'd say, a fairly good chance. Mendy, I would say your best chance is people people mislisting off of what they bought before. So let's say someone bought Mendy before at 170k, which was pretty much where he was. They might list him at 70k. You might have the same thing with 160k, listing him at 60. That's your best chance for a Mendy if people are just silly and don't check the market and then accidentally make a mistake. So with that one, it is all about the mistakes. With Kunde, it's just about people trying to undercut the market. So you've got a good chance in either. I mean, we've seen a profit, minimum 600 coins, could go up to 1,000 coins off that first one we saw. You can see there's not really that many on the market. 73,500. If it was a, do we go for it again? Do we go for it again? You know what? Oh, okay. Someone else went for it again. So at least we know they are being picked up at that price. 73 is ideally the aim for this one. It would be nice. It means we're getting a decent price, obviously, right now. That was just slow, wasn't it? That was just so damn slow. Now, for this one, we are going to scuttle over to Real Madrid. Now, if you have a look at them, midfielder-wise, we have, of course, the likes of Valverde. We have Bellingham. We have Tchouaméni. We have a pretty nice array of cards from that team. So you've got three pretty big midfielders. Now, for the three of them, obviously the lowest is Bellingham right now, which is pretty damn crazy. You wouldn't expect that guy to be anywhere near this kind of price. Now, what we can do, we've got a couple options for this filter. One, we could go Bellingham, of course, basically just go for sniping him on the lower end. You've got a chance of Valverde coming up, and you've got a chance of Tchouaméni coming up. Of course, both of those would be big mistakes if they come up, but it's, of course, potential. We look at the price for Bellingham right now. He's realistically 100,000 coins. EA tax at that rate is 5k. You want to be picking him up basically under, I'd say 91, 92k. We did see a 92, I think, that was already bought there. 92k would be ideal. You know, 92k means you're making 3k a card. If one comes up at 90k, you're making 5k a card. It is a thing about, obviously, you want to make the most profit in the shortest amount of time, but in order to do that, you're going to have to be realistic. Not many Bellinghams are going to be listed at 90k, is what I was about to say before we missed one at 90k. If I wasn't talking there, I do genuinely believe we would have got that one, but that one would have been a 5k profit. But what you will find is there's not going to be a ton with 5k profit. So in an hour, you might make 50k off of that. At least this way, you've got an extra few might pop up. You know, if you make 50k off the ones listed at 90 in an hour, if another 20 are listed at 92, 93, you're going to be making a fair bit more if that's where your prices are set. So you want to be going for everything rather than just going for the highest profits, because if there's only 10 that show up at 90 and you don't get all of them, then it's a bit of a waste of time. Whereas if 30 cards show up, 15, 20 of them are the 92s, even though you're only making 3k per card, that's an extra 60k. So it would be worth having that in the mix, because if you get them, you are lost. Oh my god. I said that Valverde would mean a massive mistake, and we've missed one at 51,000 coins. We have made a massive mistake. Oh, that would have been so good for my coin total. I would have just gone and bought Hansen's inform. We have her in the team. I have a 1.4 mil. I don't like going below a mil. That would have given me like an extra 300k. I would have basically just been able to go buy Hansen's inform. That's not nice. That is what I would call very painful, guys. Not happy with that at all. We've missed two pretty big snipes, but it shows how good the filter is. Now, what has sprung to mind, which is available off of that same filter, and I don't know if it is going to work, but we're just going to see. I don't know what else they have in the club that could come up. Yeah, it kind of frauds it, doesn't it? It doesn't make it easy. Let me just have a look here. We got him at 50k. Okay, scrap that. I've had a better idea. Brazil, Gold Rare, La Liga, Real Madrid, minimum 10,250. I didn't remember that both of these were Brazilian. I'll be completely honest. Well, I remember they were both Brazilian. That's a silly way of putting it. I didn't remember they both played for Real Madrid and were both available on a filter. But we've got Rodrigo and Eder Militao. That's a new, nice little one that should work. Rodrigo cheap as hell. And like, I'm not going to lie, I played a game earlier. Guy did do well against me. He did, I think it ended 6-4 and he scored 4 goals with Rodrigo against Tim Howard, who, by the way, packed the other day. I think it was on a video potentially yesterday. Pretty crazy card, guys. Make sure, if you got the coins, to go again, because he's pretty damn good. I can see why everyone was raving about him before. Way better than Courtois, who just kept letting in goals for me, and that's definitely not my fault for letting the players get to the goal. It's Courtois, guys. So just remember that, not my fault. Now, what we are going to do is hopefully get a snipe on this one after the failure that was the last filter. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like down below if you did. Obviously, once again, running you through some trading methods, some bidding filters, some investments we haven't actually landed on today. So if you want an investment, make sure to join the free Discord. Before we go, let's just have a look and see if any of our bids actually worked out. We've got Sean Dyche over here at 1.7k. I mean, of course we did. He overpaid basically for the card, and obviously we're going to win. We'll list it at 1.9. Might be some profit in that one. We missed her at 1.7, fair. Him at 1.4 shows someone got a profit there. 11,750. Yeah, these people are wasting coins on these cards. I mean, you can literally snipe all these cards below what these guys are paying. That 11 would have been nice. And we will, yeah, we're not going to. Basically, a lot of people there are just bidding the price of the card. So it kind of makes it not worthwhile. So I don't know why they've done that. But we have a few things selling on the market, which hopefully get us some nice profit. And of course, the same for yourselves. Make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you tomorrow.